Hope you guys brought your seatbelts. These teams fly up and down the floor.
I'm strapped in. I locked it in. I'm ready to go. This is a matchup I've been looking forward to. I love these fast-paced ones.
Yeah, me too. But the big question is, who can slow the other one down? I also think dictating the pace is going to be key right here.
Now here's McBride. Pass to Howard. Shoots over Citron. Howard, that's good.
The attacking mindset of Howard. When she gets a good look inside, she doesn't pass it up.
Outside Citron. Lets it go from deep. Minnesota grabs the miss. Outside Williams. Pass to McBride. And here's Collier. Fade away. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Yeah, when Nafisa Collier, a player that chips in everywhere, including the mid-range.
Citron, guarded by Howard. From the arc. And Sonia Citron with the trifecta.
You're just asking for trouble if you let her roam free in three-point range.
Pass to Collier. Now Howard. Courtney Williams for three. That doesn't go, and she's 0 for 1 from the field. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Now here's Citron. Guarded by Howard. Citron, shot is good.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
Coffee outside. Pass to McBride for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
I love how McBride is unafraid of making mistakes, and she really just plays her game and then will live with the results.
When you talk about the history of this great league, Minnesota went on one of the most dominant runs ever.
From 2011 to 2017, the Lynx went to 6 finals in 7 seasons, capturing 3 titles. With how hard it is to win the W, in the amount of parity we have in the league right now, I'm not sure we're going to see something like that again anytime soon.
Now here's Coffee. Here's Collier. And that one good.
Looking real comfortable attacking around the rim. If you give Collier the rock anywhere near the basket, she's not going to disappoint.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Natasha Howard with the rebound. The Lynx with the lead. And here's Williams. Collier outside. Fires from the line. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Offensively, she can be the engine that drives them at any given moment.
Outside Citron. Hits it from three-point range.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there. She was all alone for that shot. I mean, that's like a warm-up jumper.
Now here's McBride. Coffee outside. No good from outside. Guarded by Howard. Pass to Iriafen. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier. Outside Williams. Now Howard. Screen by Howard. Nafisa Collier for 3. It doesn't go for her. She's guarded by Williams. Pass to Citron. Iriafen. Citron. Defended by Coffee. Fires from deep. Here's Here's Iriafin, and the layup's good off the glass.
That's a great play on the glass, and for her, it's what really we expect from her. All her second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Coffee. Quiet so far offensively, searching for her first points of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Williams. Pass to Uhas. 5 to shoot. Yes, and it's Courtney Williams with the assist that time.
Well, Uhas certainly has that shooting stroke, and for her, it's all about becoming more consistent.
Here's Iriafin. Onion Wade, defended by Coffee. Iriafin with the ball. Uhas is there. Rebound by the Lynx. Outside Williams. Collier. Back to Williams. Takes the three. And the Lynx another three.
You have to run at shooters like Williams. Can't let them catch and fire. She'll eat you alive.
And what a run in the playoffs last year for Minnesota, led by Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, getting to her first WNBA Finals was a huge deal. Collier averaged 23 and 9 in those 12 playoff games, coming so close to winning her first title.
Both teams are scoring well, but that says as much about the lack of defense as it does about either offense.
The screen by Collier. There's the triple. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A great shooter from deep. Collier responding with her own trifecta.
Washington trailing. Pass to Iriafin. Shoots over Uhas. And the basket by Iriafin.
Both teams on fire right now from the opening tip.
This is going to be an entertaining game of basketball today, folks. I think that much is obvious.
Get your popcorn ready.
Now here's Williams. For three, Nafisa Collier. Yes, and it's Courtney Williams with the assist that time.
Because of Collier's ability to space the floor, she gives her team a deeper offensive identity.
Pass to Iriafin. Iriafin a screen. She's guarded by Williams. Now Onion Wade. And there's the 3-second violation. Now Collier. She's got 12. Courtney Williams for three. Does not find the hole, her second miss, and she is now 1 for 3. Outside Citron. Iriafin. Stolen by Nia Coffee. Here's the break. Puts the move on. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Kiki Iriafin picks one up.
So difficult to guard given Coffee's size. She presents a lot of problems for defenders.
During the 2025 draft, the Mystics took 3 players in the top 6.
Oh, what a base going forward. Nia Citron went third, a very skilled wing, the 4th overall pick they had as well. Kiki Iriafin, a dynamic, explosive big. And they also got a point guard, Georgia Amore, with the 6th overall pick.
And the first one at the line is good. The 2025 draft class is loaded, so give me your guys' favorite pick.
I'm going with the easy answer, the first pick, Paige Beckers. I mean, we're talking about a generational talent, and I like her ability to control the game, score it, and set others up.
Yeah, I'll go with Beckers, too. I mean, she was the #1 recruit out of high school with so much attention on her over her 5 collegiate years. I would say it's pretty obvious that Paige is ready for the limelight.
Pass to Austin. Citron. And the 3 off target.
I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Looked good here, too. I'm as shocked as you. They worked it in nicely right there.
And one thing teams liked about Kiki Iriafen going into the draft, her athleticism.
Yeah, Kiki was dunking in high school, explosive around the rim. She really improved her all-around game during her college years.
And the free throw, no good. And the Mystics missed the playoffs by 1 game last year, a heartbreaker. So what do they need to do to improve?
Well, I'm looking at the 3 categories they finished last in: rebounding, turnovers, and free throws made. All 3 of those have to get better this season if they want to get to the postseason.
Pass to Iriafen. Onyenwere. Here's Austin, guarded by Uhas. Shot clock at 6, and it's good for 2.
Hard to stop someone of Austin's height from finding the inside shot.
And here's Sherrod. Pass to McBride. Here's the 3, and it's Austin with the rebound. Outside Citron. Onyenwere, she's guarded by Williams. Now Austin to the wing, right side. Screen by Austin. Shoots over Uhas. And it's Austin missing.
A real defensive lapse there. She's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. They're lucky she didn't punish him there.
And the basket by McBride.
The catalyst of the team, McBride is depended on for buckets, and I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
To the middle. The fader doesn't go for her. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Lynx ahead, up by 8. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen from the Lynx, what's your take so far?
It's been a well-oiled machine on offense for them so far.
And they've kept the ball moving and their opponents chasing it. You know, it's kind of like a dog chasing their tail, just can't get enough. That's how they've piled up the points.
Back to Austin. Shoots over Uhas. And that one's good, Austin.
Opportunistic shot by Austin, finds the mid-range look and doesn't waste it.
The Lynx with the lead. Back to McBride. Launches a 3. The three-pointer is on target.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well. Those chances, usually they're 2 points for her. The D, I guess, did just enough to bother her.
Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Takes the 3. And it's Iriafen with the rebound.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
Now here's Austin. Pass to Iriafen. Score the basket, her 4th, and she's only missed 1 of her 5 shots tonight.
The only tough part of that basket was establishing position inside. The rest was easy.
Back to McBride. The 3 ball. That doesn't go either for Kayla McBride. Down low. And that one's good, Austin.
When you all see that painted area, it belongs to Shakira Austin. She takes it personal down low.
McBride outside. To the left wing. Here's Sherrod. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. That three off the mark.
She can't get anything to drop. And the way she's going, it's probably not something she could try to shoot her way out of.
And I'm sure her teammates would agree with that. You know, the last thing they want to see her doing is shooting it more.
Time called here. The Mystics decide to talk it over. Well, this recent era of WNBA hoops has been one defined by super teams.
Yeah, and those super teams generated an enormous amount of interest, which has really helped push the league forward.
And look, I think expansion is going to spread out some of that talent, which means we might be entering a new era, one that's characterized by parity.
To Citron. 6 to shoot. Here's Austin. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
Muscling her way in for the board. Austin using her instincts.
Now Williams. Williams sets the screen. Pass to Sherrod. Inside, Shakir Austin with the steal. Scott. Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw line. What an incredible run by the Lynx to the 2024 WNBA Finals.
Winning a clutch Game 5 against Connecticut in the semifinals and taking the liberty to 5 in the finals. That deciding game went to overtime, and the Lynx were pretty much one play away from winning it all.
And the first one falls for her. For the Washington Mystics, it feels like they're starting a youth movement.
Yeah, they traded Ariel Atkins to Chicago, got the 3rd overall pick. This is a very young roster. They want to build around those 3 top 6 picks they drafted in 2025.
And good on the second, so she makes both. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And here's Sherrod. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Williams from deep. And another miss for her. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Now here's Citron. And here's Austin, guarded by Juhas. 4 on the clock. Back to Austin. Oop, there's the 24-second violation, so they'll turn it over. Now here's McBride. 13 points in this game. And the 3 ball is good.
Off the court, McBride is lighthearted, but she's a killer on the court. Basketball is everything to her.
Pass to Citron. Onion Wade. Now Austin, guarded by Juhas. Shot clock at 3. And it's Austin missing. Now here's Juhas, guarded by Austin. Up top, Williams. McBride, outside Howard. Pass to Sherrod. The Mystics pull it in. Right wing, Austin, started by Juhas. Shakira Austin, high post. Juhas is there. To the inside. Here's Austin. Natasha Howard pulls it in. The Lynx leading. On the wing, Kayla McBride. Offline with the three. Nifty move. Rebound by Juhas. Pass to Sherrod. Howard. Three-pointer. Citron grabs the miss. Austin with it. 8 points for her. Shot to stop the drought. Good on the triple.
That type of D, it's just not going to cut it. They got to get a hand in her face. Too good of a shooter.
Outside Williams. Out to Howard. The three is up. That one doesn't drop. The Mystics trailing. Now Onion Wade. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Citron left side. Let's go with a three. And another three for Washington.
Great communication between teammates there.
Here's Williams. Pass to Howard. Now Sherrod. McBride up top. Here's Sherrod. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. And it's Austin with the rebound. So it's Washington now. To the paint. Pass to Onion Wade. Lets the three fly. They get it again. And count the basket. She was fouled, and she's going to the line for one more. First round pick back in 2022. What do you like about Shakira Austin's game, Brian?
Well, I love how she uses her length to her advantage. She's 6'5" and doesn't jack up a bunch of threes. Her goal is to own the paint and be physical down low.
And guys, we asked for it for years, and it's here. Expansion in the WNBA.
Yeah, if any of you have been paying attention to us the last few years here on 2K, Brian, Blake, and I have been asking for expansion for a long time. We are all excited to see Golden State. You know, the best part is the extra roster spots for deserving players. I mean, who isn't happy to see a new team? And guess what? There's more games as well.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see the league continuing to grow, guys. And we're just getting started.
Great effort getting to the line from Collier. Part of what makes her so good, she can battle inside and hit those outside shots.
Free throw is good. And a 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, Napheesa Collier.
And what's great about her winning the award, Collier does her defense with positioning and reading the game. At 6'1", she's got unique traits for a DPOY.
That's also good, so she hits them both.
No doubt. When it comes to Minnesota, Napheesa Collier is the leader of this team.
I mean, she's someone you expect to put up 20, 10, and 5 anytime she's out there. She's been a Defensive Player of the Year. Collier, she sets the tone for the Lynx.
And she gets the bucket.
Just really good awareness right there on the assist.
The Lynx trailing. Pass to Williams. Coffee. The three-pointer off the mark.
Now Citron.
Shoots the three.
That's good, and it's Kiki Iriafen with the assist.
Coach has to be furious. Obviously, a defensive lapse there. She is automatic from deep. If you leave her wide open, big mistake.
Back to Collier. This one for three.
And it's Iriafen with the rebound.
And here's Washington. Pass to Onion Wade.
Now here's Citron.
McBride covering. Off target from outside. It's 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Williams. Pass to Collier. Shoots over Iriafen. Collier gets the bucket.
She's having one of those days where if she takes it, she makes it.
And so it's a close game as we play. The Mystics on top. They're up by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter going. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break, and we'll see if one can pull away in the third. What can you say? McBride, an impressive effort here today.
And I wonder how long she can continue to shoot the three ball as well as she has up to this point. She's been quite simply lights out.
Yeah, exactly. And this is something we both know, that sometimes you have those nights where the bucket looks as wide as the Grand Canyon, and it really might be one of those nights for her.
She's guarded by Williams. 11 feet out. And that one hits back iron. Outside Howard. Williams. Pass to Coffee. McBride outside. They get it back. And the basket is good.
This speaks to Collier's no-quit attitude. She is just determined to keep plays going with her hustle.
Outside Citron.
She gets that one. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And here's Williams. Right outside. Pass to Howard. Shot clock at 5. From 12 feet out, the Mystics pull it in. "90 seconds into the second half now.
Iriafen.
She's guarded by Williams. Shoots a fader. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Now here's McBride. She's got 16. Pass to Williams. And here's Howard. Howard the screen. Collier gets it to go for bucket number 8. She's taken just 10 shots.
Simple game plan. Collier's teammates need to keep getting it to her. She's feeling it, going to town on the defense.
Right block shot.
Now here's Iriafen.
And the shot goes in.
Intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Coffee, no good. The Mystics with the lead. Pass to Onyenwede. Here's Iriafen. Citron. 6 on the shot clock. She's guarded by Williams. Rebounded by Coffee. Now the Lynx with it. Inside, Howard.
And it's Iriafen with the rebound.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
It's hauled in by the Lynx. Collier outside. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone now.
How about that shot going in for Collier? Looked like the contact might disrupt her. Guess it didn't.
Pass to Iriafen.
Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job.
Here's Minnesota. 6-point game. A screen by Collier. Fires for 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
The ability to catch and shoot comes down to quick decision making. And I think Collier has a pretty good grasp of that.
Scott, covered by Collier. Here's Iriafen. Nice spin off the left rim and in. McBride with the ball. 16 points for her. Coffee outside. To the middle. And the bucket counts, and she's on her way to the line to try to make it a 3-point play.
When it comes to winning, few do it better than this Lynx franchise.
Yeah, I mean, look, from 2011, one losing season in Minnesota, come on. It feels like they're always a contender. And a lot of that comes down to coaching. This team is always prepared.
Shot by Iriafen, no good.
That's too good a look to pass up there, despite the result.
Pass to Collier. Outside Williams for the tie. Yep, count it. And it's all knotted up.
A natural scorer, Williams has a bunch of dribble moves she can unleash.
Time called here. The Mystics decide to talk it over. And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
They get the rebound. Scott. The three. Natasha Howard with the rebound.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burnt.
Pass to Collier. It's Nia Coffey on the wing. And that misses. That would have put them up. McBride covering. Outside Citron. Down low. Stolen by Coffey. Outside Williams. To Howard. Williams sets the screen for the lead. And a rebound goes to the Mystics. Now Onion Wade. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Citron for three. Tries again. And it's good on the lay-in.
Coach has always told me that if you battle for offensive rebounds, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like she got there.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Collier, that's good.
Defenders have to be careful with Collier's jumper. If she gets a clean look, she's usually going to capitalize.
Pass to Citron. Iriafen, defended by Coffey. Back to Citron. It's good, and with that basket, she is now 5 for 9.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. One player who rocketed up draft boards over her senior year, Sonia Citron.
Well, with good reason. Citron was outstanding during her final college season. She's a pure scoring wing, and I would say that every team wants multiple players like her.
The Lynx making a switch here. Mystics on D. The lead is 2. Outside Williams. Pass to Collier. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen by McBride. For the lead. Rebounded by the Mystics.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Covered by Collier. And a foul on the shot. She'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Nafisa Collier.
Well, the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs there.
Something you struggled with in your career, Tim, but definitely saved the layup with that foul. She's going to have to earn him at the line.
And she makes the first. And that's good as she hits both shots. Minnesota trailing. Here's Sherrod. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. And it's Austin with the rebound. So it's Washington now. Clock at 6. Nice D from Nafisa Collier.
Yeah, she tried to fight her way through traffic and just couldn't do it.
That one goes. Count it.
The power. Collier using that upper body strength to finish it off.
And Washington has possession. It's a one-point game. Pass to Iriafen. Austin. Now here's Iriafen. She's guarded closely. The first free throw is good. She hits both from the stripe. So the Lynx now. Right outside. Collier outside. King. No good. That would have tied it. The Mystics leading. Pass to Iriafen. Fires the three. No luck on that one. So the Lynx now to the inside. Here's Sherrod. It's tipped. 3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And count it. The shot is good, and she'll go to the line.
Check out Austin overcoming the foul and insisting on getting her shot to fall. You have to respect the determination that Shakira Austin brings to the court. She plays extremely hard and will not back down from any matchup.
And here's Sherrod. Looking for her first basket still in this one. McBride. Pass to Howard. Buries it down low. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mystics ahead, up 4. And we've got more exciting basketball action coming your way right after the break. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Pass to Williams. There's a screen from outside the arc. And it's Iriafen with the rebound.
They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense is taking a big chance leaving her open behind the arc. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that game plan.
With the size advantage as big as it was right there, that's exactly what she should do in that situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Now here's Howard to the right side. Now Sherrod. Outside Howard. Off the mark there with the three. 1 minute in now to the fourth quarter. Pass to Citron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From past the arc. Howard with the rebound. And here are the Lynx now. They trail by 6. And here's Williams. With the shot. It goes straight through with the swish. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Outside Citron. Down low. Austin. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
She did so well to lead her teammate right to the ideal spot. That's the kind of playmaking coaches like to see.
Outside Howard. No good on the three.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go through the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The D got lucky.
Now here's Iriafen. And again, it's Washington converting.
She's had such a steady hand, and I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today.
She's guarded by Williams. Pass to Austin. She's still feeling it, and it's in off the backboard.
Well, she shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. You know, like we say, she's been making music all day long.
Here's Sherrod. Six to shoot. Howard up top. The three. And the rebound goes to the Mystics.
She keeps trying to force it up when she's guarded, and she's just getting brick after brick. Here's my suggestion. Move the ball around.
Pass to Iriafen. Banked in off the glass.
Well, you know, offensively, Brian, they've been really special.
Yeah, you nailed it, Tim. No matter what the defense has thrown at them, they've just kept piling up the points.
And more points.
Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over. Collier outside. Back to McBride. The screen by Collier. And again, no good by Minnesota. Onyenwere, guarded by Howard. Pass to Onyenwere. Outside Citron. Drops in the tray.
A big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose, guys.
And that goes for both ends of the floor. They've been controlling the action everywhere.
Just dominant.
Here's Sherrod. Pass to McBride. Now Coffey. Looking to end the run. The shot's good. Kayla McBride making the play.
Great concentration from Coffey inside, giving her all to secure the high percentage shot.
Outside Citron.
Here's Iriafen. And the layup falls.
She's got a lot of firepower right now. What a half she's having.
Outside Howard. Pass to Sherrod. Here's Coffee.
Onion Wade covering.
6 on the shot clock. Coffee, no good.
Now here's Citron.
What a terrific move that was.
The defense cannot forget about her like that. If you do, she will light you up.
Coffee, left side. Shoots a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And hey, Coffee can make this shot, especially when given room.
Pass to Onion Wade. There's a screen.
And here's Iriafen.
Guarded by Howard. Let's go. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Here's Minnesota. Now McBride. Here's Howard. Howard the screen. Clock at 6. For 3. Rebounded by the Mystics.
This has been a rough second half for her shooting the ball. She should probably adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And that one comes up a bit short. Right outside. Inside.
Collier.
Tries from 10, and the shot goes in. And confident play we're seeing out of them.
Yeah, the scoreboard tells the story.
Pass to Iriafen.
To the middle. Here's Onion Wade. But they recover it.
You know, their offensive rebound, it's been a big story today. And even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Just 4 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Tries yet again. And she sinks the layup.
Not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
And it'll happen again and again if they don't put more effort into boxing out.
And that's what it's all about, Brian. Rebounding, effort.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
Right outside. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Mystics.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
Now here's Iriafen.
And she drops in the layup off glass.
They're not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I think it's safe to say that lead is too big to overcome at this point. Just not enough time on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's McBride. Here's Natasha Howard for 3.
Citron grabs the miss.
She's missing shot after shot after shot from three-point land. This is not a fourth quarter she's going to want to remember.
Three-pointer. Rebounded by Coffee. And here are the Lynx now. It's an 18-point game. Collier gets the bucket.
It's been an extremely efficient, productive game for her, but really, she can't do it all herself.
Pass to Iriafen. Iriafen a screen.
Now Onion Wade, guarded by Howard. Just 5 on the clock. The shot by Onyenwere, no good. Left side, Howard. To the paint. Here's Collier. Another one falls for Minnesota. So it's Washington now. They led by as many as 18 points. She's guarded by Williams. 4 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark. Outside, Howard. McBride misses the 3. So it's the Mystics winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
It makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in a good flow, you felt like they never had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up